What's going on, everybody? This is Techricity here, and I got back from a crazy, flashy Samsung Unpacked on steroids type of event hosted by Gionee India. Now, the reason they hosted this was to unveil the newest iteration of their S series of smartphones, that is the Gionee Elife S7, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on this phone for a little bit, so without any further ado, these are my impressions of the Gionee Elife S7. So sit back and enjoy the video. So like always, let me start off with the design. Now this phone is 0.2 inches thin, which is really thin for a phone like this, and the design is basically a candy bar with front and back glass slabs being held together by a metal frame. Now this frame is called a U-shaped skeleton, and Gionee made a pretty big deal about this, mainly because it supposedly prevents accidental drops by increasing grip, but what I found is that when you hold the phone in your hand and press your thumb against the side, your thumb actually goes inside the ridge, and that creates a pretty weird feeling. Other people, however, say that this is a nice feeling, so my opinion is subjective. Now, the volume rocker and power button are located inside this ridge, but that doesn't make them any less tactile. There are some pretty decent, well-placed buttons on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, you basically have a bare U-shaped skeleton. On the top, you have your antenna bands, and on the bottom, you have some surprisingly good quality iPhone-esque speakers. Moving on to the camera, this phone has a 13 megapixel camera with a sensor from Sony, and apparently this is the thinnest 13 megapixel camera module in the world. So that means you won't have that ugly camera bump that you find on most other flagships nowadays. So I didn't spend enough time with this camera to give it a definitive good or bad, but what I can tell you is that it has a pretty fast focusing speed and color reproduction is on point, so this is a pretty decent camera. I'm going to have to give it an A-OK. Obviously, with a great camera, you need a great display to match, and this Super AMOLED 1920 by 1080p 5.2 inch display does not disappoint. This is a really good display. The blacks are deep and the colors just pop out at your face, and it overall makes the entire phone experience enjoyable. Speaking of the phone experience, this phone is running a custom version of Android Lollipop called Amigo, built by Gionee itself, and if you were wondering, no, it does not have an app drawer, and unlike most other app drawerless skins, it's not really heavy, so multitasking is pretty good, and performance is great on the octa-core 64-bit 1.7 GHz MediaTek MT6752 with a Mali T760 MP2 graphics. So again, this phone does not lag. I tried hard, but I couldn't really get it to stutter, so performance is great. So that's it, guys. Those were my impressions of the Elife S7. Obviously, its standout features are that it's really pretty and really thin. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I will get back to you. Leave this video a thumbs up because it really helps the video out. And above all, do not forget to subscribe for amazing content like this. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, this is Techricity signing out. Peace.